I'm Jeremiah,
And I'm Brandon.
and
And welcome to the Cross the Constitution podcast.
It's the cross and the Constitution, faith and freedom in a grand solution, legacy of hope and the law of the land, building a house on the solid sand, finding the balance in the heart of the fight, walking the path of the morning light.
how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Cross the Constitution podcast.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about the blockade, some of the ramifications of that. What are our allies in the region doing? Also, a little bit about the Trump A.I. video, kind of depicting himself as Jesus in a way. And towards the end, we're going to talk a little bit about Islam and their end time theory and how it connects to our end time theory and how the Bible and Revelation is involved in all that.
Yeah. So, pretty much we've had a couple days now worth of the blockade being fully in effect, and as of right now, there is no ships that are being allowed in or out of the Iranian ports, which is pretty much crippling them economically.
Yep.
There's still free passage for other ships that are not doing business with Iran, and so we're definitely we're making sure that it's beneficial to the rest of the world, and trying to, which I do believe, and we talked about it a little bit, how this is a very planned out thing that we are currently doing.
Yeah, if you don't know anything else about Trump, read The Art of the Deal, because his negotiation skills, and he throws out some big, just crazy theory, but it's all a negotiation tactic.
Right.
And like you said, this is very planned, very precise, and I don't agree with everything Trump does, but when it comes to making deals, I can't think of a single person I trust more
Right.
to make deals on behalf of America.
And just touching on that, I have believed since his first term that Trump has ran our country as a business.
Yes.
And that's been needed for a long time.
Yes. Absolutely.
He's brought back so much money into the country, of course, for the Democrats to turn around and try to push every bit of that right back out.
Yeah.
But if we look at some of the statistics of what this is kind of costing Iran with the blockade, as of right now, it's estimated that there is roughly 400, if not a little over, $1 million per day that they are losing.
Oh yeah.
And 90% of their economic funding is by sea.
Yep.
So.
And it all has to do with oil, because
right.
I mean, there's not really any other major exports from Iran.
Right. Yeah. They once again, this is really crippling them.
Yeah.
As a country.
Yeah, and this is where Trump is brilliant, in that they, of course, they can't match us militarily.
Right.
So Trump goes in, wipes out, all of their military assets, and their only card to play is, we can cause an economic war. We can cripple America economically.
Right.
And what does Trump do? Okay, well, if you want to try to block that straight, so
reverse
we can get, we'll just block you out because we have the greater military strength.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what I can't understand, is because every single time that we make a play, Iran comes back with a new thing of how, if we do this, they're going to do this.
Yeah.
With what? They have nothing to do with. Yeah. They have no military advancements.
He's
on
systematically taking out all of their threats one by one.
Correct. They have no navy.
No.
They're
we're controlling the airspace.
Correct.
I mean, we're flying B-2 bombers with no escorts right now.
Yeah.
and these warthogs that are, I mean, these are like old technology, and we're just flying them through like with
Right.
the
Yeah.
ease.
Yeah. So, and just kind of touching on as far as this being a very well planned thing, you know, we've talked about how, as far as China goes,
Yeah,
this
I
is
think that's what all of this is about.
right. Because I mean, you look
Is
at the
we're
play that we made against Venezuela first,
yeah,
and then now Iran, and what
yeah.
was it, 80%
I
of
think it's between 70 and 80%
roughly?
of all the energy and all the oil that China has to have to be able to function comes from Venezuela and Iran.
Right. Yeah. So that's
So I think this is Trump's way of going to war with China without actually going to war with China.
correct. He's pretty much using this tactic
Yeah,
to suffocate
yep.
them.
He's choking out
Right.
China in different points across the globe, and Russia as well.
Right.
A lot of this is going to Russia.
Right. Yeah.
So
So and the president went out. He made a post about how he's been in talks with China
mm-hmm.
and that they have agreed to stop sending weapons to Iran.
Yep.
And you know,
Yeah, because Iran that they can't they can create certain missiles, they can create certain drones, but they need certain technology they don't have, which
right,
usually comes from China or Russia.
right,
So
yeah. So what's the Chinese president?
Xi
Xi Jinping or whatever
Jinping,
his
yeah,
name is. Yeah, he I like how in Trump's post he went on there and said that not only are they agreeing to do this, but he's going to give him a very big hug here in a couple of weeks. I mean,
yes, and yes, Trump is bombastic, and he's all about Trump, and we all know that he's a narcissist in a lot of ways,
oh, absolutely,
but sometimes that's what's needed in a leader.
yeah.
I mean,
Because at the end of the day, I mean, you look at especially with the whole blockade and him allowing certain passage through the
mm-hmm.
strait. There is reports of 120 ships that are
Mm-hmm.
now coming to us
Yeah.
to seek oil and
As he weakens Iran's economy, he's strengthening ours.
exactly
So,
that's all it's
yeah.
doing. And you know um, with all this being said, I know they're talking about how he did not extend the ceasefire.
Right.
So they're running out of time on that, and we're going to see
Mm-hmm.
what's at play from there. And they should come to a deal, and there's talks that they may go back to negotiations as early as this week.
Yeah.
So it's definitely beneficial for them because look at how much we have done in just, what is it, 46 days now that we're in this war.
Yeah, and that's what I don't understand about a lot of the far right talking about what Trump promised no more new wars. Well, this is kind of a war that's been going on for 47 years.
Right.
I think he's ending a war. He's not creating a new war.
He's eliminating a threat to
Yeah.
not just us, but the world.
Yep.
This is, and
a nuclear Iran would, I mean,
they'd be so trigger happy.
Europe, I mean, is the first one to go.
Yeah.
And then they're going to move their attention towards the United States.
Right. And see, that's what's crazy to me about this entire thing is the fact that NATO has refused involvement at all. I mean, it's just they're which once again, I was listening to something earlier about some of the statistics from their country as far as population goes,
Mm-hmm.
and they have 10 to 15% of an Islamic population in like the UK and France. And so, in the open, they, because of that, to satisfy them, they have to go out and say certain things of, hey, we're not involved in this. But behind the scenes, it makes you wonder whether or not they're actually still in talks with the United States.
Right.
Because they know just as well as anybody else knows that if it wasn't for us, where would they be?
Yeah.
You know,
I
so
mean, honestly, I said earlier, if it wasn't for the United States, all of Europe would be speaking German.
yeah,
I mean, let's just be real about it.
yeah,
Like we've bailed out so many countries, and then when we ask for their assistance, it's yeah, well, we would like to do more, but you know,
right, right,
we can't tick off a certain small percentage of our people.
right. And you know, Iran is, you know, they're talking about possibly escalating war in
Mm,
the Persian Gulf and stuff of that nature, and because of that, you know, the UAE is willing to stand by and
oh yeah,
help
they're all
if
about hey,
force. Yeah,
whatever the United States decides to
right. I
do,
mean,
we're
they're
with you. Yeah,
exactly. They're trying to strengthen the relationship between us and them,
yes, and that's very
and
encouraging
exactly,
because
and
there's so much money in the UAE.
right, and you know, meanwhile, you got Saudi Arabia that is
I think
pretty
they're still kind of straddling the fence.
right, and you know, they put out how
Yeah,
they think that it's in the best interest to drop the blockade because
yeah.
they fear that it may escalate further
Hmm.
tensions. And
Sometimes things have to escalate before you can have any kind of solution. So
right, and I mean that kind of falls back into like once again, look at what we've done in such a short amount of time to where they are literally Iran is practically in a headlock right now.
yeah,
They have no military practically left, and we're we're running the show. You know, I mean,
that does actually remind me of a quote that the only way to true peace is through all out victory.
yeah, yeah,
And I know that's kind of a harsh thing, but I mean, look at history.
yeah,
until one, until the good side actually wipes out the bad side, there isn't no such thing as all out peace.
right, yeah.
And
So
that's where I'd like to plug in this. Um, People keep looking for peace in the Middle East. There's never going to be actual peace in the Middle East until everybody, Jews, Islam, everybody turns their eyes to Jesus Christ.
that's right.
That's the only time there'll be peace.
Yeah,
And if you read Revelation, that's coming one day. There'll be a false peace.
yeah. Which that kind of touches in
Yeah, and
on.
we're going to pick
We're,
up on that.
we're gonna pick up on
Yeah,
that, but
definitely.
which I mean, you know, I agree. But in this very time, which obviously there's still going to be more to unfold as the week progresses, and you know we're going to be looking at that whole situation very closely and trying to cover as much of that as possible. Um, but yeah, you know, right now, just like we said last time, love him or hate him, Trump has done so much
Yeah,
in the last little over a month that we've been dealing with
yeah.
this whole situation,
Every other
and
president has talked about dealing with Iran.
which is insane to me that they. You go back and you look. Clinton has said that they will not allow
Yeah,
nuclear weapons in Iran. George W. Bush, Barack Obama,
yeah,
Joe Biden,
yeah.
they have all said the exact same thing.
Even Hillary Clinton running in 2016 against Trump, she talked tougher on Iran than I've seen any other president in going into an election.
Right.
She talked tougher against Iran than I've heard anybody talk.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, you've got Trump has been saying since the '80s, before he even
Correct.
entered the political realm, that he's like, we got to do something about Iran. He's like, we should send our military in there and just weaken them and take over their oil,
Yeah.
do whatever we got to do. And at least the man's consistent.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then you look at all these people that have said this stuff to this point, like we just mentioned, and then Trump gets in office. and he does
Yep.
what every single one of them has talked about.
Yep.
But now they're on the other side of the fence,
Exactly.
and it's a problem.
Yep.
He shouldn't be doing this. He shouldn't be doing that. Okay. At the end of the day, I think ultimately what it boils down to is they are mad that they couldn't be the ones to do it, or they would rather just help build up another country and build up Islamic views. And
this is probably not a popular opinion, but I believe that this is a spiritual battle.
Yeah.
And secretly, they won't say it publicly, but secretly, they hate that Israel is so blessed the way that they are. And I believe when the Democrats come back in power, that our nation will be one of the ones that turns against Israel. I hope I'm wrong, but
yeah, it's
we know that the United States and the West is not mentioned in the end times, and I think there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
I think you see the Democrats. I think you see the left. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but every Muslim that runs in government and gains power is on the Democratic ticket,
yes,
not the Republican.
right.
I think you see all these, I don't know, factions of groups that are against God.
Yeah.
They all seem to be running on one side, not the other.
Yeah.
Not to say that there's not evil people that are Republicans too, because there are.
100%.
But their policies, what they line up with, you'll see that the Democrats will line up closer with Islam than the Republicans will.
Right.
And you look at some of these cities that have been taken over by Islam in Michigan and Minnesota, and I mean they're blaring the call to prayer publicly in the city square for Muslims 5 times a day. But if you go pray publicly as a Christian, you're going to get in trouble. Like it's sorry, but it seems to be on one side.
Yeah, and it's like New York. Mamdani. Yeah. It's. I seen a thing the other day about how, you go back to 2001.
Mm-hmm.
We
will never forget.
And then somebody forgot.
Seems like New York forgot.
Somebody forgot, and that's where it happened.
Yeah, it was radical Islam that took down the towers, not anybody else. And yet, hey, now we've elected a leader that is.
Yeah.
And he's not just, he's radical. I mean, look into him, look into his wife, look into some of the people he's appointing. He's a radical Islamist.
Yeah.
And they're going to get what they voted for. Elections have consequences, and you're about to see some of the results of that.
Yeah.
I think that's why you're seeing so many people flee from New York, from California, from Chicago, and that's why you see Texas getting bigger, Florida growing,
even Alabama,
Tennessee. Hey, Tennessee has come a long way.
Yeah.
The Daily Wire, based in Tennessee, it's like people are going to flee these high taxation places in order to come to a place where they can thrive.
Right.
So.
Yep. So. And I do think a lot of the stuff that is going on now has ties to the end times.
Oh, absolutely.
Biblically, and which we can go into how the whole Islamic end times versus Christianity end times believes, and how weird it is in so many different ways.
Oh, yeah.
That
Oh, by the way, shout out to Josh Howerton. The pastor at Lake Point Church in Dallas, Texas. There's a lot of pastors that I really watch, listen to, that I get a lot of my information from. Philip Anthony Mitchell, Atlanta, Georgia.
Fantastic.
And the man's on fire for God. And anyways, some of these, and there's certain podcasters I listen to, and we'll shout out to those too. But
Yep.
Josh Howerton did a video this past week about Islam and comparing it their eschatology views
There
versus.
it is.
I'm sorry, got a little tongue tied. Eschatology, which is study of the end times, whereas the Muslims' eschatology views versus Christians, and the similarities are, oh man, they'll just blow your mind.
Yeah.
The uh, the man that Islamic prophecy shows that's coming to save them is an exact description of our false prophet and our beast or
Yep.
our antichrist.
Yep.
And I mean, all the way down to he'll be assisted by a great prophet, and it's just it's very eerie, which makes me, and I've been studying the end times for a long time, and I get to the point where I'm thinking, okay, what's going to be the false religion, the big false religion at the end that everybody's going to fall for? Well, the evidence is stacking up to this Islam.
Yeah.
They're going to take over a lot, and
Yeah. Look at, I mean, it's the fastest growing
yes,
religion right now,
yep,
and I mean it's spilled its way over into the UK, France,
yeah,
a lot of Europe nations, and it's starting to spill into
oh
the
yeah,
US majorly.
they're actually trying to build their own city in Texas right now. There's a massive mosque in the middle. They got city plans laid out for schools, and it's all going to be under Sharia law. And there's Texas legislation trying to figure out ways to block it and stop it. And uh, I'm sorry, but when you come to this country, you either assimilate or you go somewhere else. Like
Yeah.
you don't come to a place and try to bring your ideology and bring your. First of all, most of the time, people are fleeing from a nation because it's so horrible,
Yeah.
and then they try to bring the same practices here and change this place.
Yeah.
And that's not the way it works.
No.
Um,
That doesn't mean that you can't practice your culture here.
Yes,
we accept that. That's protected
exactly
under the Constitution.
and there's so many cultures here, but we all agree that there are certain American values, and
Right.
and that's why people move to America because we've created the greatest society in the history of the world.
Right.
And what brought that society? It was a foundation and a constitution based on Christian principles and biblical ideology.
Yes. Yep.
And then when that changes, you take God out of the equation, and it's a free for all.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, if you haven't looked into that whole situation as far as the Islamic belief for the end times versus Christianity beliefs in the end times,
Yeah.
we highly suggest that you do look into that.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's a very eerie thing. There's so much similarity there, and it's definitely something that you should 100% look into. And I kind of feel like, kind of going back to as far as like you said, how we're not mentioned.
Yeah.
The West is not mentioned in the Bible.
Yeah.
Who was it? David Jeremiah. So he gave 3 points on the possibilities of the West during that time frame or before, however that works.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes total sense. Number one is there's a possibility that we will be wiped off the map by nuclear warfare.
Yeah, we're not here because of some kind of war, because some other nation has taken us over.
Right.
Chances are it'll be nuclear, because that's the only thing I can think of that would actually militarily overpower the United States.
Right. The second option is self-imploding.
Yeah.
Which
we were talking about earlier is probably the most likely option.
Yeah.
Because how divided are we right now?
Yeah.
As a nation? It's either left or it's right, or it's Democrat or Republican, and both sides hate each other. We can't find common ground.
Yep. And just touching on that real quick for a second, I feel like a lot of that made its way into the U.S. under Barack Obama.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So
He was supposed to be the unifying president,
yeah,
and I saw a clip where they done a poll before he was elected president. 70% of Americans said that racial relations had calmed and was heading in the right direction. They done the same poll a few years into his presidency when he's supposed to be the unifying president,
yeah,
and racial tensions have amped up,
yeah,
and they've
yeah.
they've continued to amp up since then.
Yep, yep.
But yeah, the second option to me seems like whether it be Islam creeping into our government and them taking over, or us just having another civil war and everybody killing each other. Like it just seems like that's the most likely option.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
we can be so weakened by ourselves as
yeah.
a country to where we're not the top dog
No,
anymore, and then that may be why.
and it's not just us. It's outside influence.
Right.
It's the internet.
Yeah,
There's so many outside forces, AI, bots, different things that are swaying our conversations,
right.
and we're being played.
Yeah.
Basically. But the third option is the one we're hoping for.
Yeah.
The third option is that so many people in the United States turn to Christ.
Yeah.
That when the rapture happens, which means when we're called away, when the church is called up to heaven, that there'll be so many people taken that there's not many people left to make a difference in the world. And that's definitely the option we're hoping for.
Yeah, that's the one that all of us believe should be the likely outcome. But on paper, you lean a little bit more towards the second one.
Yeah.
Especially on how everything is going in today's times, like now versus even just 10 years ago.
Yeah.
The amount of tension that has come up internally has I think it's going to be the second option, and that's very sad to say. I feel like as a country we should come together, and it's just gotten worse and worse, and I feel like that's going to be what happens.
But we don't want to just share doom and gloom.
Yeah.
There is hope.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here's the thing: it's the church's job. It's our job to spread the news of Jesus Christ.
That's right.
And that's to let everybody know that, hey, you put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, you don't have to worry about these things.
Yep.
This is all pre-written. It's all pre-recorded. There's nothing we can do about it. All we're supposed to do is evangelize and spread the word.
Correct. Jesus said, "Go out and make disciples amongst nations."
That's all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
And he says, remember all that I have taught you, and teach all that I have taught you. And that's our mandate.
Yeah.
And if we follow that, we don't have to worry about anything else.
Right.
The world's going to do what the world's going to do, but our trust and our hope is in something greater.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No matter what government is doing, there is something much higher and more powerful than any government could ever be, and that is our Lord and Savior. And
that's the thing. We've had these no kings protests lately, but hey, we serve the ultimate king.
That's right.
And he'll rule over this whole world one day, and he's the one we serve.
Yep.
So just stick with us. We're gonna cover many topics in the future, and I know last week I said that we were gonna dig into the Constitution, and that's something that I'm still studying into. We're still looking into.
Yeah.
Had some things come up, work wise, family wise, but hadn't been able to dig into it as much as I wanted to. But that is something that we're going to be doing in the future, and something soon is coming. So,
one other thing that I would like to touch on real quick before we get out of here is I want to know your opinion on this AI picture of Trump.
Ah,
I do
that's a
want
big
to
one.
know it because
That's a
I
big
know the
one.
way that I look at it,
Yeah.
and I would like to discuss that with you.
Okay.
So,
Uh, First and foremost, I think it was kind of a bonehead move. It
yep,
wasn't smart. Uh, I don't, and I think that's why he took it down pretty quickly because he got a lot of backlash.
yep,
Um, that's one thing as Christians, as followers of Jesus, we don't take too kindly to having any kind of images of someone as our Lord and Savior, or even something close to that, whether he meant it that way or
yeah,
not.
Rob.
And here's one thing: he didn't create the AI. He didn't. It was it, and this is gosh, bad to say, it was a pastor
Wow.
that created that showed it to Trump and was saying he's healing our nation. Well, I mean, yeah, I get that, but you don't have to have white
Yeah,
garments on and scarlet and glowing hands like you're a Christ figure.
yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
I didn't like that.
yeah. I don't agree with it at all. But I also feel like maybe part of the reason why he did put that out is look at everything that he said about Pope Leo.
Oh yeah,
I think that a part of that was just a way to further get under his skin
yeah,
because in the heat of the moment, he's just like, well, what can I do to further piss him off?
yeah.
you know?
Well, Trump's always had a way of when he's in some kind of like the war with Iran, like he's in some kind of big deal here.
Yeah,
He'll do something crazy over here.
right,
Usually with social media, he'll pop off at the mouth, or he'll say something shocking or post something shocking, and
right.
it gets everybody's attention talking about this when he's really doing something else over here.
Yep.
He's brilliant at that. But let's leave Jesus out of it.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, hey, let's go back to Barack Obama
um,
when he was in office.
yeah, I don't know if he ever posted anything himself,
Correct.
but oh man, the left has no room to talk.
Absolutely not. I
They can't come out
remember,
and say, "Hey, Trump's making himself look like Jesus," when y'all made Barack Obama look like Jesus so many
yeah,
times.
I remember walking into certain major retail establishments and seeing a picture of Barack Obama's face on a candle,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and that's
And they had him posted in different magazines as like a figure with the halo around him.
yeah.
There was one with the rainbow halo around
Oh,
him. I mean, yeah, I mean he probably was an angelic figure to the LGBTQ. I mean,
yeah,
I don't
probably.
know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was another one of I think it was on like Newsweek magazine. Had a picture of him, sideways profile, second coming.
Yeah.
That's what they titled it. Like,
Yeah.
so you kind of got no room to talk.
Yeah.
Even though, hey, I'm gonna call it like I said. Like I said, I don't agree with everything Trump does.
Nope.
I have a lot of issues with a lot of things he does.
Yeah.
But overall, what's the other option? Joe Biden, Kamala Harris,
Uh,
pass,
yeah. Um,
hard pass.
yeah. I completely disagree with the post. Whether that's how he took it himself, I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know. We're not him.
right,
You know,
right.
there may have been, you know, a little bit of a misconception on his
Yeah,
end, and then he realized very quickly how much the conservative Christian following that he has immediately gave
yeah,
backlash to
yeah.
it, and so he took it down. But
Once it's the internet's forever. Once it's out there, it's
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
So
So
maybe cool yourself a little bit.
yeah, I think he definitely needs to do something to get a little bit of eyes away from that.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
and I
absolutely.
know he will. But
Yeah.
I I don't agree with it. I think it was a very very stupid play.
Yeah.
He lost a lot of respect over that.
Hmm.
I still respect him as our president.
Oh,
He's
absolutely.
done
Yeah.
way more as far as his policies
Yeah.
go for the betterment of the United States, and as far as the like biblical aspect and religious side of things,
Yeah.
he's brought so much in from the Christian side of
Yeah.
things. And like we said last video, we don't necessarily believe that Donald Trump is a Christian,
No.
but we believe he is searching for something. And you know, with that post losing, he probably lost a majority of his Christian based
Uh,
followers based off of that,
he, he
depending on the scenario.
he
But
certainly made them mad.
yeah, because
Whether or not he's lost them, I don't know, but
yeah,
he certainly made them mad.
yeah. So, but
But I mean, as Christians, we should. Hey, he took it down,
he did.
and you make a mistake, you mess up. Hey,
At the end of the day,
acknowledge it.
none of us are perfect.
No,
We make
no,
mistakes every day. We fall short of the glory of God every single day. And you know, I do hope that if he is not a Christian, if he has not accepted Jesus,
yeah.
that he does find that.
Oh yeah, we
You know,
definitely pray for that, and like we should for all of our leaders, whether
absolutely.
we agree with them politically or not.
Right.
We should pray for our leaders.
Absolutely. Because
Because the Bible says that God has placed them there.
yeah,
Whether God has placed them there to advance his agenda,
which in
or
a
what,
lot of ways Trump has done.
yeah, or whether or not he's placed a certain leader there to put us into judgment.
Right.
Uh, to say, hey, you all want to vote this way? Here you go.
Right.
Here's the consequences of that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's God has all throughout history, all throughout the Bible, has placed leaders in certain positions for different,
Yeah.
uh, for different things and different reasons. So
Yeah. So, but yeah. So I guess we'll kind of end it off there.
yeah,
Probably another shorter episode this week. Once again, we've had some things come up family wise and work wise that we didn't really go into or get to go into detail on a lot of the stuff that we wanted to talk about,
yeah,
but we still wanted to come out, do a little midweek post, and kind of go from there. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Um,
yeah. Definitely comment.
yeah,
Make sure you, like I said, we're always up to ideas. Tell us what you want us to talk about,
yeah, absolutely.
and critique us, even though it might hurt
Yeah,
a little bit,
I mean, we're
but we're open to it.
yeah we're open to criticism because how else can we advance what we're trying to do without both positive and negative
Oh
feedback?
yeah, we got to take constructive criticism.
Yeah.
So
So you know,
we're not easily offended, as most people are.
right? Yeah, but another thing we did want to bring up real quick. We are going to be looking into very soon. Don't have an exact date, but we are going to be looking into doing a little bit of merch, shirts, hats, uh, different things of that nature. If you're interested, by all means, help support us in that aspect. And we greatly appreciate if you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just once again we hope this is a good outreach for several individuals, whether that's you know on this side of the fence or this side of the fence. We hope that we can bring everybody to a common ground. And the number one thing that we want at the end of the day is to bring glory to God.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
just if you like the video, just be sure to give us that feedback. Be sure to subscribe and share it with others because that'll definitely help advance this
Yeah.
and get it out to others. So with that being said, I think
Let's wrap it up.
we'll wrap it up and we'll
We
try to
love
get
you,
back.
and
Yeah,
God bless.
absolutely. And we're gonna try to get back here in a few days and talk a little bit more. Hopefully, be able to go a little deeper into
Yeah.
some conversations on some things. We're gonna be doing some studying and some research on different topics, and we hope we can come up with something that definitely reaches
Oh yeah.
A lot of people and can help others understand certain aspects of certain situations. So, you know, with that being said, guys, thank you once again, and we'll see you on the next one.